pumpkin spice and everything nice. This is Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I am Sharice. And, I have a few videos on my channel about celebrity culture, celebrity worship. Celebrities wouldn't exist without you and me. And honestly, if somebody came out right now and said that Diggy, I did a whole video on Diggy, was a rapist, accused of, I don't know. I feel like my whole sense of reality would be shocked. I don't know. I don't know the man, but he really seems really wholesome, okay? And so if somebody said that he did, possibly did a terrible, horrible thing like that, I really think I'd be caught in my feelings. So, I get it. I understand stan culture. I think it's really toxic and unhealthy. And if you are still not supporting, because, listening to their music can be seen as support. I don't mean support like that, because I think you can definitely separate the artist from the thing that they did and still support the art, right? Because these people are human. But, if you're with the Twitter fingers online going to defend, Nicki Minaj, they're all lying about Nicki Minaj, she didn't do this, then I'm just going to say hard pause, because if you really was objective, taking your time, doing your research, and not just going based on what she said, because people lie, right? People can lie on both sides, but if we just look at the history and the data and the court records and I'm just saying. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't know, but I have ideas. I have thoughts. I love art. I love women. I think, and I support any woman. I stand a woman who is doing whatever she wants to do, because this life will judge you no matter what. So if you're doing what you want to do, I'm like, boo, do you. So like when Nicki Minaj came out, when Rihanna came out, I supported these people because I like Caribbean women. I'm Caribbean, and I just like, success. I like the idea of success. I like the idea of the American dream. There's really no more dream, but I like the idea of it. Okay. So when Nicki Minaj, I don't remember what it was that she did, but there's a lot of celebrities that I've liked that I guess my personal politic, my moral ethic, my standards for life, being a better person, doesn't really gel with. So I am not from the era of R. Kelly. I didn't grow up on R. Kelly music. I have no attachment to R. Kelly. I liked Aaliyah. I really liked Aaliyah. It was tragic when she passed away. So I have no attachment to, R. Kelly, talking about him. For me, being accused of rape and all that stuff, I didn't take personally. That didn't hurt my feelings. I was like, how y'all let this go on for so long? That was it. That was it for me. But Nicki Minaj marrying a convicted rapist, that was wild to me. But as a woman who has loved too much, right? I love that book. I talk about that book all the time. Women who love too much. These are unhealthy, codependent women. I'm talking about myself. I used to be an unhealthy, codependent woman. I get it. I get it. I get it. And I didn't grow up in these people's states, but the brainwashing is real in making women feel like they cannot have a career and have a family at the same time. Shout out to Cardi B, who's also problematic, but shout out to her for doing the damn thing, because, it can be done. You don't necessarily excel at both at the same time, but you can do both at the same time to varying degrees. The whole this is who I'm going to marry thing, people on YouTube talk a lot about hypergamy, marrying up, and why it's so very difficult for a woman with a significant amount of money. Nicki Minaj has more money than most people will ever see, for generations. It's so difficult to find a man who's similar or more who wants to be with you. And even when those people like Mariah Carey, even when they find those people, it's hard to stick around, because boss lady energy is a lot. Boss lady energy is a lot. And alpha males are not interested in boss lady energy in bed. You need to pipe down, okay? So anyway, I think Nicki Minaj is human, just like I am human. I always like to talk about celebrities with their humanity. Even like Kanye West, who I love, who reminds me of my father. We don't know these people and we don't know what's happening in their lives. But I do want to make the point that not everyone is going to be accused of rape, right? It's not just a thing that women are just throwing out to all the men. It's not. And so when it does happen, I do think we should pause. I'm not on the train of believe all women yet, but most of the time, definitely most of the time, definitely consider the actuality of it, because it's very, 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 very difficult for a woman to come forward. There was a statistic, I don't know the study, but I've been saying this for a while because I was so shocked that most black women, I don't have the stats for all women, most black women have been sexually assaulted or attempted sexually assaulted, most, 4 out of 5 black women, by the time they reach adulthood. And so I know 4 out of 5 black women are not coming forward and saying that they've been raped. And if you know black women in your real life, and you don't know any, or no one has shared their story with you about their rape, then you are not having real conversations with black, because I'm telling you, it's prevalent. It's so prevalent. I'm not saying everyone is aggressively raped. Most people are not aggressively raped. Most people are forced to have sex without their consent. They're so afraid of their safety that they do this thing and they feel horrible afterward, or they're coerced, or they're put in a situation where, if they don't, something bad will happen. That's what happens to most people. Nicki Minaj's husband doing that with a knife point or something, that's really not typical. But I think that's the reason why he got convicted, because that kind of story is not typical. And the speed with which she went to the hospital also is not typical. Like, the speed at which she told is not typical. Most people don't tell. And if they do tell, they tell long after the fact, after it's been inside for so long. Because most people will say it's not the act that is so terrible, but it's like the secrecy that festers and holds them down after. Like, they haven't told anybody this. A lot of women feel like it's their fault because that's what society tells them. Okay, I'm letting up on Nicki Minaj. My point is, you don't have to support, and when I say support, I don't just mean listen to their music or whatever. I mean go out of your way to defend somebody who's done something wrong. What I think we should be doing is holding these celebrities accountable, because now they exist on the social media and you can have so much interaction with them. I don't follow any celebrities except Diggy and Masego. Diggy rarely posts, and Masego only posts music. I'm not caught up in their personal lives. It's really none of my business. But when stuff like this happens, and when people are, trying to bribe people and what's the other word, extort people, all that kind of stuff, that's when it's really problematic. Karen Civil, I used to follow Karen Civil back in the day, and I was just telling my boyfriend, it's like, there's just something about people online, the energy that just isn't going right anymore. That energy thing is your intuition. And if you feel like you don't have a deep knowing inside of you, I would encourage you to cultivate, your intuition, having quiet time, so that the God inside of you is telling you what to do, directing you, guiding you, helping you, prevent you from getting harmed, hurt. So like when Derek Jackson years ago was doing his nonsense, I was watching him, like, something seemed off about this guy. I don't know what it is, but the energy is not right. I felt the same way with Karen Civil. In 2017, I went back to look, because she popped up on my feed, or, everybody's been talking about her being a scammer. Allegedly? She was scamming people. 2017, I was following her. I don't forget about this woman, but I think she was on Love and Hip Hop or something. And, back in the day when I was toxic, I used to watch that show. And after, I don't know how long of watching her on there, I was like, something ain't right with this lady. I don't know what it is, but something is not right. And I unfollowed her. And that's usually what I do with anybody in my life. I don't feel like a big need to announce to celebrities, I'm unfollowing you. Who cares? They don't know me. Just like, your energy is not meshing with my energy, so I'm gonna let you go. Right? We was never together, but I'm gonna let it go. Like, I don't need whatever you're doing on your platform to soak into me at all. I'm just gonna let it go. And so when I heard that she was, scamming people and taking people's money and not really producing work, I wasn't surprised. Because when I looked at her Instagram feed, I hate Instagram. When I looked at the pictures, I think y'all young people say stunting. what is it? I don't know. It's like, it's pretend. I feel, and I have these periods of time when I'm on social media. I'm not there now because I did take a social media break, but I have these times where I'm like, everything is fake. Oh my God, you're lying. Oh my God. Like, my energy is just so thin. My boundaries are so thin that everything comes in. And I'm just like, you're in pain. You was probably crying before you posted this. I can't. You lying. You're not happy. You're depressed. That's how I get on social media when I'm like, I don't know, the energy just keeps coming in, and then I feel drained. And then I know, like, for sure, it's definitely time to take a break. But lots of people like her. She's like well known in the industry. There is a way, I feel like there's a way to come back from scamming, but you have to be honest, and you have to do like restorative justice. Like, you have to give people back their money, and you have to publicly apologize, and you have to apologize 5 times harder than you hurt. There's a way to come back from it, but I don't think people are really interested in that kind of apology, right? Like, they kind of just want to keep doing what they've been doing. That's why scammers usually just change their scam and move to somewhere else for a different, like, instead of doing the right thing. I had Chris Brown and Charlemagne the God. I used to like Chris Brown, and then he beat up Rihanna, and I wasn't in a physically abusive relationship, but mine was verbally, emotionally, and I just couldn't. But I don't go around, saying how terrible he is or how much of an abuser he still is, but I just don't follow him. But I would caution you against just blindly supporting him. And when I say support, I mean defending a person who has not apologized and changed their behavior. Right? Changing behavior is the best form of apology. And then Charlemagne the God, alleged rapist. Do we all know this? And it like really bothered me when Amanda Seales, a black woman, right? She talks all about defending the black community, wouldn't say anything about him being an alleged rapist, because friendship, money trumps the truth. And what was it? Something about the blogs. I hate the shade room. Toxic, all those gossip things. Toxic. And, even, like, I used to really like Wendy Williams. I like people who say what they feel, I like people with a little bit of arrogance, a little bit of don't care-ness. But I think when you do this kind of work for too long, you destroy your body. Or you have to be toxic in order to do this kind of toxicity for a long term. And maybe it's time for her to end her show. Maybe it's time for Charlemagne to be honest. I don't know. Maybe she's lying. I don't know. But the details, the people who've been talking about this for a long time, my point is, I'm not saying like you and celebrities, no one of us are the worst things that we've ever done. We're not. We are not the worst things we've ever done. And so I am very much okay with people making mistakes. Most people don't make the mistake of rape. And I think people should be held accountable, maybe punished for doing a thing like that. But these are people, these are human beings, and I love humanity. I don't really like people, but I love humanity. And I think we are all on this journey to evolve, to become better people. Pay attention to what you are watching because, people like Karen Civil, Charlemagne, they pay people not to talk about them. They have enough money, they're part of the elite, to control what you see in the media. And this is why I talk about programming all the time on my channel, about how celebrities are part of that programming, that the kind of marketing that companies pay celebrities to do for us are all to brainwash us, are all to get them richer, to help them, get their money, which is, why maybe I don't really, mess with Rihanna that much anymore, because now she's like a capitalist, and I'm not anti-capitalist, but I am anti-using people. I'm anti-bad business. I'm anti-manipulative marketing, subscription stuff. I'm anti-corporations with a lot of money, making it hard for regular people with small businesses to thrive. And the economy runs on small businesses, okay? And so I'm not against a corporation. I'm not against a millionaire. I might be a little against billionaire. I don't know. I love Jeff Bezos though, but I don't, billionaires, I don't know why you exist. Because I feel like you maybe need to pay somebody more and then you wouldn't have that much money. I don't know. That's none of my business. I don't have $1 billion. I don't even have $1 million yet, but I will. I will. So, it's hard for me to like not buy into capitalism when I want to be a millionaire. Like I'm going to be a millionaire. My point is, again, be a critical consumer of whatever it is that you're intaking, whether it's on social media, whether it's the news. Spend less time on social media. Spend less time worshiping. Don't worship at all. View these people as people. They happen to be really talented, or they happen to have really good business savvy, all that stuff. But the point is, I keep saying the point is, what I really, really would like, and maybe one day will happen, is when, celebrities weren't celebrities, but they gave us great art, but we paid teachers more? Or we pay teachers at least what they deserve? I don't know. The world is so different now from what it used to be. All right. I always talk about, in America, they used to have enslaved people. They used to not pay people and treat them like shit. They used to own people. Look now. Look at me. I do it if I want. I can do it if I want. Don't get too caught up on the celebrities. Really, the Karen Civil thing bombarded my social media feed for a while. So the celebrity thing was on my mind for a while. But generally speaking, I don't care what celebrities are doing. I don't care who they're sexing. I don't care who their friends are. I don't care. I don't care because I like my life and I'm more invested in, what's happening in my life. I love the art, right? I love the art they create. I'm thankful, that God is flowing through them to create these things. But at the same time, they need to be held accountable. Forgive them if you will, if you feel, wronged. It's hard for me to support an alleged rapist because most men are not accused of rape. So when a man is accused of rape, I'm just like, hard pass. I don't know. Okay, so I'm done. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, share this video with someone you think it may help, and thank you for watching.